Sit here?
Where do you want to be?
I think here for the website. And you at the center.
So you have to. So around 25 people.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. We're your warm-up act. We have as I mentioned before, we have the Board of Governors of the Anna Lindh Foundation, which is taking place next door. It's a meeting involving 42 ambassadors from the 42 Euromed countries. It's been going on since early this morning, but it's been an important meeting because it's been an opportunity to endorse the work which we'll be doing together during the next year as well. So my name's Paul, I'm from Alexandria, from the headquarters. I'm here with Stefanos, who many of you know, our head of network, and Sarah, who's a colleague from the headquarters. So just to warm up, we're going to pass to Stefanos to say a few words, and then to Sarah, and then we're going to be joined by a delegation of the board from the Anna Lindh, which are going to explain in more detail why 2014 is going to be a key year for the foundation, and some of the activities we have planned here in Greece as well. So if I can pass to Stefanos to the stage.
Thank you, Paul. It's Paul Walton, by the way. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I wasn't supposed to do what I'm doing now, but I will try to do my best. So to start with that, it was a good, because of the presidency, you understand that the Board of Governors of the Anna Lindh Foundation was supposed to take, and it does take place here. So it was also an opportunity for us to have such a meeting and to present a kind of retrospective of the last 10 years, at least on my behalf, from the point of view of a head of a network, which I will have to admit that it's a rather complicated role. I'm not saying it's a difficult one, I'm just saying it's complicated because it works actually at 3 different levels. On the one hand, we are the representative of the Anna Lindh Foundation in our countries and therefore networks, but we are also at the same time the representatives of each national network at the Anna Lindh Foundation. And this is not taking place at the expense of our role in our own institution, which is our basic everyday work, as well as being the contact person of the Anna Lindh Foundation with this institution. So, and also, as you hopefully will join us, you will have the opportunity afterwards to meet and talk and exchange views with some of the members of the Board of Governance, including the Greek one, but not only that. And I believe it will be a good opportunity for us as members of the Greek network for whoever is willing to do so, to listen and have the perspective from Greece vis-a-vis in relation to the Board of Governors or the members of the other governments. So going back to the network as a Greek network, I will have to mention that the first meeting that took place in 2005 at the Hellenic Foundation for Culture, there were 7 members. Now the Greek network counts for 124 members. But if you want to be honest with you and with myself, of course, very few, not so many are active members, much fewer of them. And therefore, I think applying also with the policy of the Anna Lindh Foundation will move on to a kind of a membership that would require an active membership rather than a passive one. And therefore, we need the members from that point onwards to take part in the life of the network. Nevertheless, membership of the network is not the only way to get involved with the Anna Lindh Foundation, and therefore I believe some key institutions as well as government or otherwise can be involved as partners and not necessarily as members of that. In that respect, we hope to have we do tend to have a good relations with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Sometimes the Ministry of Marine Culture as well being around us in a certain way, but also we tend to have some good relations with representatives of the municipalities, especially in smaller ones. And in that respect, we have been blessed in a certain way that in certain areas, like in roads or especially in Thessaloniki, or actually Kefalonia seems to be also developing, we have a satisfactory number of members from that area, which allows us not only to have a good presence over there, but to make use of their contacts at the local level. And this is not only the municipalities, also mentioned, which was one of the essential tools, and I think Paul is the more the one to talk to because in relation to the media and the profile to that. Something that I don't think we have done such a good work as a Greek network for the last years, and we hope to do afterwards. So in all those years, I think we have done not a bad job as a network coordinating unit. I'm saying network coordinating unit because it wasn't only the headship, which was the Hellenic Foundation for Culture, that was involved in the activities. Always we had some of the members being partners in that activity. And since last year, for different reasons, we've moved on to a co-headship. So in that respect, last year it was the Hellenic Association for Informatics, and this year, actually since last June, we had the headship is shared with the United Societies of the Balkans, where Aris Paraskou is here, coming from Thessaloniki. Not least because one of the main reasons was, of course, that, and I will have to remind you about that, that Thessaloniki is the European Youth Capital for 2014. So in that respect, it was a very good opportunity to have a co-head from Thessaloniki, but at the same time, Thessaloniki represents a very active and a very wide cluster of members. So Aris himself, but also some others, were very active and very supportive to the role and the initiatives, and therefore we thought that, we decided that this co-headship would not expire with the date that the European Youth Capital will expire, so will continue afterwards. At the same time, we thought also that this would be a good opportunity to share responsibility and know-how with the other institution, which gradually would lead to a very effective, a purely democratic process that would allow an actual transformation, unless we decide that really the co-headship is a very good institution. Now, if I want to make my self-criticism, I wouldn't say that all of those years and actions and activities were very successful, but I would apologize and also explain that I got to know in growing older, and this is quite obvious as you can see from the gray hair, I managed to understand more and also learn more, not only about the Anna Lindh Foundation, but about the function of a network per se. So within those years, we've managed to have the flagship of the 2008 event, which was called what was the name? 1001 Actions for Dialogue, which was to culminate in one night, the dialogue night, where all the networks would have an activity taking place at their home cities. And the flagship was a big event that took place in Athens, and it was the fairy tale of music run by the Enchordes ensemble, which took place in the Megaro Mousikis, in the music hall in Athens. And at the same time, after that, we had, it was during the presidency again, it was during the second meeting of the Euromed Ministers of Culture, and we've managed to hold a conference here, which hosted representatives from almost 30 different countries from around the Mediterranean. We had 3 training sessions in terms of capacity building, and we hosted a preparatory meeting which took place in Rhodes, leading to the first of international forum. And if I'm not, I know that some of you have not been around, so some of those things might be confusing to you. So I'm just saying that last year, the Anna Lindh Foundation has established an institution or a practice, which is the Euromed Anna Lindh forums, which will take place in different cities, and it's an opportunity for a direct contact between the members of the organization, and which does allow not only the exchange of views between themselves, and where they will have the opportunity to illustrate best practices, their skepticism, the ideas, but also for the Anna Lindh Foundation, and via the Anna Lindh Foundation, the European Union and other such institutions, to have a real understanding of the mechanism of the Anna Lindh Foundation, of the mechanism, or of the mechanism of the societies they represent, and therefore adopt their policies accordingly. Mr. Andreu Claret has just joined us, and I think he will take the floor this way.
Just before passing to the, we have now the Executive Director of the Anna Lindh Foundation, Andrea Claret. We have here the Chair of the Board of Governors, Ambassador Veronica Stabay. As I said, Andrea and Veronica have come in fresh from a very active board meeting they've been attending today, but a very important one because it opens up the, it opens up 2014 as the 10-year anniversary birthday of the Anna Lindh Foundation. So I'll pass straight to Veronica in her capacity as Anna Lindh Chair, just to introduce herself.
Hi. Hello. Good afternoon, I would say. I apologize for being late, but it's always like that, I guess. We are Mediterranean, maybe in this side as well. We just finished a very important Board of Governors that I think brings the beginning of the new phase of where Anna Lindh will be going as I said, maybe in the next 10 years or longer. We all said that the first 10 years were, like the French would say, mouvementés. They were quite interesting, I would say. But the fact is that Anna Lindh is a major player in the Mediterranean, in the Euromed area. Anna Lindh is a foundation that brings dialogue to the region, that works on the dialogue between different cultures, the dialogue between the north and south and the east and west. And for the basis is our Mare Nostrum, is everything that we share about the Mediterranean. I think that Anna Lindh has an extremely important role to play, also in connection with the civil society. The civil society in the networks is the base of the Anna Lindh Foundation, and this is something that we should keep doing and keep working on. We're presenting today the executive director that can tell you more afterwards, presented the guidelines for the next 10 years, or especially for the next year. But first we have to do a kind of overview of what we did and what we shall do. So I'm very honored, I would say, I'm very pleased to be part of this. I think this is a wonderful adventure, what we are all doing here, and it's something that we should make even more visible and make more value to the work that everybody in the foundation is doing. So congratulations for the beginning of the 10-year celebrations. And I think that now I can give the floor to Andrea Claret.
Thank you very much and good afternoon. First of all, we have to apologize because we are late, but we were in a very important meeting with 42 ambassadors of the Union for the Mediterranean, which is the board of the Anna Lindh Foundation. And the topic was important because it was how to prepare the next 3 or 4 years of the foundation. So I'm sorry for this, but you should understand that it's about the political commitment with the role of the foundation. And I have the pleasure to tell you that we got this political commitment without any doubt, but it's also about the financial commitment to make our will possible. And in the current context, particularly in countries like yours, it is quite challenging. And I have the pleasure to announce that even Greece was very committed with the work of the foundation. So it's been a very important meeting, and we, in the history of the Anna Lindh Foundation, we will see in the future that today here in Athens we have succeeded in opening a new perspective for the foundation for the coming years. No? I was here as executive director of the foundation. Maybe some of you were there in May 2008. I remember it was in the Medaro Musikis, if I can kind of music hall for an impressive event with hundreds of people. No? And I'm very pleased to be now here again with all of you, and I want to thank you very much for coming. And I want to thank particularly my friend Stefanos to be here. I come from Alexandria because the foundation has the headquarters in Alexandria, and Stefanos is an Egyptiotis, no? You say, I think, here, no? So I'm very glad to be working with him, and he's been doing a great job for the foundation here in the last years, together with Aliki, who's been the member of Greece in our advisory council. Just a few words about what we are going to do today, because it's not going now to tell you about the whole program of the foundation. It will be too long, and we can and we should communicate with you later on. No? But we have today what we did first of all is we have decided about the most important activities in 2014, and this is a very important year because the foundation the foundation is 10 years old. You know, in the Mediterranean, 10 years matters. There are not many institutions which arrive to the 10th anniversary in the Mediterranean. We are there, we are stronger than we were before, and we have a future which has been endorsed by the board. So this year we will, first of all, celebrate the 10th anniversary. This is, in fact, the starting, the opening of this celebration. But now that the Italian ambassador arrives here, I can tell you that in Naples, in October 2014, there will be a huge celebration gathering all the bodies of the foundation and the most important beneficiaries of the foundation. What we are celebrating in a world where maybe there's not too many things to celebrate, because there's a lot of problems in the south of the Mediterranean, in the north. So why we can use the word celebration, no? It's because I think that the mandate of the foundation, the mission of the foundation, which is promoting intercultural dialogue, which is bringing together people from the north and the south of the Mediterranean, is more important than ever. More important than ever. Because when we talk about the economic crisis in the north, when we talk about the situation in the southern countries, which is quite challenging, we have a lot of questions and we have a lot of doubts about. But it makes more necessary than ever to work for better understanding, to work for sharing values, and to work for a kind of commitment with a shared perspective in the Euro-Mediterranean area. So that's why we are celebrating. We are not celebrating that things are going quite well. We are celebrating that the role of the foundation is more important than ever, based on what we did until now, and based on what we are going to do in the next years. No? And we will have in this year 4 or 5 landmark activities. The most important will be this event in Naples, but before the event in Naples, we will implement all the programs of the foundation. And today you will have an opportunity here, through the inauguration of the new website of the foundation, to have a glimpse of what the foundation is doing now. And you will discover that probably that the foundation is doing more things that you think about. Because of course we have a problem of visibility, we have a problem of communication, but you will see that we are involved now in hundreds of programs of cooperation between civil society organizations from the north or the south, that we are launching a program called, for example, Citizens for Dialogue, which is a program especially designed for the civil societies of the Arab countries, which are very much needed now, about capacity building in order to play a role in the democratic transitions in their countries. And we are, for example, promoting a program which will be also raised in the presentation of the website, which is called the Young Arab Voices, which has bring together in the last 3 years more than 80,000 young people from the Arab countries in order to make very basic steps in dialogue and debating. So the foundation is, I think, as President Azoulay, I'm very sorry he had to leave before our event, but President Azoulay, who was the counselor of the King of Morocco, was there, and he underlined that the foundation is today something different than the foundation was in 2008 when I came here for the first time in Athens. The foundation is stronger, foundation has a clear commitment of the members, and the foundation has the support of the civil society. And the challenge we have in the management of the foundation, the team which is working in a challenging context in Alexandria now, this team feels that we have the support. We feel that people, they want more foundation. Many people tell us that if the foundation would have been invented 10 years ago, it will be the correct moment to launch the foundation now. But the foundation is there. The foundation has 42 networks working in the 42 countries in the Euromed, among them the Greek network with the participation of some of you. So the foundation has a solid roots in the civil society, and the foundation has a political support. And with this foundation rooted in the civil society and with the political support of our Board of Governors we get today, I hope we will be able to develop our activities in an upper stage in the years to come. Of course, the challenges are so huge in our region in terms of intercultural dialogue between the countries and also within the countries. And you know, in Greece, for example, some problems you have now in your country, as we have in my country, in Spain. We have some problems within the countries in terms of our capacity to live together, no? in diversity. So the challenges are very huge, but the foundation is very much committed in facing the challenges and giving a response, mobilizing the civil society of our area. So thank you very much again to be here with all of us for your support. I don't know if it was the appropriate time to ask you to come at 2 o'clock, but thanks a lot for your support. We feel your support, and with this support, we will work harder than ever to make the foundation successful in the years to come. And I will give the floor, first of all, to Stefanos. Stefanos is here from the very beginning, no? And he's been doing a great job here, and not only here, he's been one of the most active heads of network of the Anna Lindh Foundation. He participated in all the annual meetings. Tomorrow we will leave together to a meeting in Tunisia, and he will be with me. So foundation, so Stefanos is one of these persons we have in the foundation, men and women, which have made the foundation. The foundation is what it is because them, not because what we do in Alexandria. So I will give the floor to him before, and then we will make a short presentation of our website. Thank you very much.
Well, we have already started talking, so I will be very brief now and just pile up, finish what we were saying is that, well, we hope that the 10th anniversary will be a kickoff or a startup for something different. We are still trying to enlarge not necessarily the members of our network, but primarily the geographic allocation of our members, so that we'll have everywhere at least 1 or 2 active members, so they will function as local agents in a certain way, but not only in geographic terms, but also thematically. So for this year, we've managed, or last year, because of an opportunity was given to us, we've managed to have an access to Crete, which was not possible. I might add that we do have representatives, members in the network from Crete, Kalamata, Kefalonia, Kerkyra, Corfu, from Thrace to Epirus and Rhodes. So we hope we will be able to have a network, but our main task, and I think that will make my life, or our life would be much easier now with Aris on board, and with a very effective team around him, so we'll be able to function much better and also work with other institutions. I'm really very glad last year that I've managed to get in touch and work with the British Council, for instance, and I think hopefully in view, for instance, with the European Youth Capital, we'll be able, to do things and also enlarge that and probably incorporate in a certain way for instance, the unique members into our action. I think I will stop here because we'll go into the website and then we can take it up and open a discussion as well.
Okay, Sarah Zaimi, she works at the communication department. She's in charge with another Egyptian woman called Doa Soliman of the new website, and she will present now some idea of what our website is. Thank you.
And hello to the people that are following us on the web. I don't know if you noticed, but we are being live streamed to 42 countries. So hundreds of other people are watching the celebration of our 10th anniversary, and we are receiving live questions from our colleagues from different countries in Mauritania, Tunisia, Lithuania, so far. So allow me to introduce you a little bit to our new website. As you know, we are working in 42 countries, and we are always concerned about how to bring people together and defy the mobility challenge that we all face. So one of the bridges that the foundation is trying to put at the disposal of its network and its partners is this website. This is our new website. So as you noticed, we have changed our URL. So now on, you could log to annalindfoundation.org instead of euromedalex.org. This is one of the major changes. Also, we dressed up our website with the colors of the celebration of the 10th anniversary. And let me just tell you the story of this website and how we reached the conclusion to this final product. One of the things is how to make our website more human, because at the end of the day, it's human capital that we are investing in and the people that you are working in. So you will see that there is new sections that it called stories. So we are gonna focus more on human stories and to show more the impact of what the Anna Lindh Foundation is more than just political decisions, etc. It's a network working in the ground and reaching throughout thousands of people. The second thing is what Anna Lindh Foundation is for you. Or for someone from the civil society, and how they could make the best of it. So one major change you will see is this My Anna Lindh. So we are making it more user-friendly. So we did the audit for our old website, and we came out with the conclusion that the most visited sections of the website are opportunities and grants. Which means that people are looking for opportunities and what the Anna Lindh Foundation concretely could give them, which is very understandable. So that's why we are trying to feature these services in our new website and give it more importance. So in My Anna Lindh or Your Anna Lindh, you will find the international events that people could participate in, how to join our network, how to apply for one of our awards, for instance, or how to apply for our grants. Another major aspect of our website is that as an institution, we reached maturity of our program at large. So we are more investing on 3 fields of action that are strategic to us, as you see, that are education, culture, and media. And also, we are trying to feature the aspects that characterize and make Anna Lindh Foundation a unique institution. One of it is report and analysis, and it reflects us being a think tank in the Union for the Mediterranean and the region. Our networks, us being a network and the major network of networks in the civil society. Also the awards section that are the awards we are working on, and the grants, of course. So let me give you a quick tour. So if we go, for instance, for education, you will find the recent stories, and also you will find, for instance, I don't know how to go back. No. Yes, so if you go to our award section, for instance, to education section, you will find the major changes. I will try to go back to our website. I think we've been disconnected. So it's a good exercise to practice the new URL. Anna Lindh. Okay, thank you. So I was giving you a tour to our education and intercultural citizenship page that you will see that we have more stories, more human stories. For instance, if you go here, you will find a story by a storyteller that works with refugees in Syria, a portrait of her work in details. Also, if you go to culture, it will be the same. Another major thing is that we are investing in communities, in sectoral communities, so people interested in a specific field, they could go and search for partners. Let's go to the network. I think it's one of the aspects that you are most interested in. And we could, because our host country is Greece, we could go to the Greek page to give you how it looked like. So this would be the page of each national network. You will find the contacts of the Hellenic Foundation here. Also, you'll find the full member of lists and statistics about the outputs and the outcomes for instance, we know how many people from Greece participated in projects of the Anna Lindh Foundation, etc. You will also have the opportunity to, as a head of network, Stefanos, to put news in your own language here. So if you scroll down, normally you would be, for instance, you see that you could post in your own language. And you could, yes, so this is the network part. So I hope that this website would be interesting for you and that you will make it your Anna Lindh. Thank you.
Yeah, we will, what I suggest, because it's so late that I'm a little bit stressed to have all of you here, and we will have the opportunity to be together now with a drink and I think some sandwiches, not only a drink, no? So, and we can share and we can talk together there, no? But of course, if there are some questions before, the only thing I want to underline of what Sarah said is that we moved to a website which was essentially a page of information to a website which is a tool for action. Which is a different thing, a tool for opportunities, a tool for action, a tool for participation, a tool for dialogue, a tool for knowledge, and that's very important. It shows the professionalization of the foundation, because the websites which are useful in life are the websites which respond to a demand and which gives an answer to the demands. No? And I think that our website is moving in this direction. It is more friendly, the navigation is more easy, but the most important thing is it wants to be more useful. It's a website for you. It's not a website for us to show how excellent is the foundation. It's a website to be used for you. Because if you, this idea that the foundation is becoming such a complex institution now that everybody should tailor the foundation for him. This idea which has been underlined by Sarah, what is my foundation? My foundation for somebody in Lithuania will be different from somebody in Morocco, somebody in Istanbul, or somebody in Rome. It's different. Of course, the values are the same. Of course, the objectives are the same. But then the situation, the context is quite different. So we should, the website should help in tailoring the foundation for each one of you. Not only country per country, but even within the country by fields of interest. People working in human rights, people working in women empowerment, or people or journalists. So that's, and I can assure you that the work done by all the team during 1 year is pretty good, and the website will reach this. So maybe we can, if there's some couple of questions now here before we move together, if you wish, to the drink and the sandwiches, we are able, of course, to respond. But let me, a final question I missed because we are in such a hurry today, that we will be back in Greece soon, because we have agreed in the program which has been approved today, we have agreed in having an activity in Thessaloniki in the framework of the year for youth. You know that Thessaloniki will be the capital for youth in 2014, and we are working exactly what we are going to do there. But the idea we have in mind is to try to organize in Thessaloniki a kind of tool fair. So a fair which will be useful for young people who want to participate in dialogue, who want to participate in cooperation, who want to participate in Euro-Mediterranean activities, which tools they can use. The Anna Lindh tools and tools from other partners. So we want to organize a kind of practical activity, providing the young people of Thessaloniki and others from other parts of Greece. We will be there with ideas and possibilities for action, And we will bring also, of course, some of the people who are participating in the activities of the foundation in other places, hopefully some of them from Alexandria, so we can, which is my personal dream, to try to bridge Alexandria with Greece. But so I think it's going to be an important event. We are in the preparation of the event, and as soon as the event will be prepared, we will tell you. So, some questions, or you prefer to share friendly some thoughts standing up? Fine. It's prepared for. We can go there. So, okay. So thank you very much. We will move in this direction. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you to all of you.
Mr. Xenos, he used to be a mayor of the city.
Of course.
But the point that they had an idea and they wanted to duplicate the notion of the European capital, but with what they call the gate, a city which would function as the gate of the Mediterranean. They have a proposal of maybe and they will send.
Talk about that.
No. Each year will be a different one.
A different one.
And it will function as a kind of a Mediterranean capital.
But we will launch this idea.
He had the proposal and he wants our backing, not financially.
Very interesting.
Our backing, and he will, the ministry is going to.
Man, no? Okay.
I will introduce him.
Okay.